Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, my name is Eads. It's East Creations Paint Party. We're doing this cute little guy tonight. So, say hello, hello if you're painting with me tonight. Let me know if anyone's painting with me tonight. And here we are. So, the brushes this evening are Big Boy, who is a 1-inch flat, and we've got Mini Me, who is a small shader, and we have Mr. Nifty, who is for the details. Colors are always the same colors, which I got on my hands already. We got white, yellow, red, blue, and black. Okay, so all my replays are available on YouTube. Eve's Creations Paint Party on YouTube. Okay, so let me share that link with you. Ba, 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 da, ba. There it is. Boop. Okay, and also tips are appreciated. All my videos have been free to learn from, so support is greatly appreciated because, well, art supplies aren't free. They're just not. Maybe someday, but they're not. There's PayPal and there's Venmo. There we go. Okay, what else? You can find all of my artwork on Etsy. There's my Etsy shop, East Creations Art. Alright. I think I got all the tactical stuff out of the way. All my videos are kid friendly, so I'm going to try to watch this thing. If you guys could watch your comments. And here we are. I'm working on a 16 by 20 canvas. It is 16 across, 20 straight up and down. If you're working on something different, that is completely fine. As long as you're in the general area of your canvas that I am in, you're going to do great. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody is doing well. So, you guys ready? Are you ready? Yes. Stars is also enabled, guys. And here we go. Hello, Marcia. How are you doing, darling? I was going to start painting, and I was like, everyone's going to come in and start saying hello. So, Marcia's going on roll call. That's what I'm talking about. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so it's the almighty blank canvas, but we are going to hit it with our almighty brushes. You're doing good? Excellent, excellent. So, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to just simply start with the background, which is blue and white. So, I'm going to take white. And I'm going to take blue, and we're going to fill the background up. That's what we're going to do. Just back and forth. You want a nice thin coat, right? Coverage, but not gloppy or goopy or any of those technical terms, because you want it to dry so you can paint over it. Okay, if you like the blended look, you keep swiping across it. If you like the separation of color, you leave it alone. Leave it alone. Yes, yes. Joan is here. Hello, Joan. How are you doing, darling? Joan, we're doing a frog. We're doing a frog. So your little emote is quite appropriate this evening. Quite appropriate. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm just going to swipe back and forth, make sure it's all even, smooth it out, and now to the second half. How you doing, Joan? You guys miss me? I was having a rough time a couple weeks ago, so I know I hardly ever cancel. But You guys were amazing, and I appreciate all of your well wishes. Much appreciated. And we're back. Da, 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 da. And we're back. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Just blue and white, guys. Blue and white. That's all I'm doing. Blue and white. Filling my canvas up. Saying hello to everybody hanging out. Yay! Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I miss you guys. I can't stay away for too long. There we go. Almost there. We're almost there. Alright, in fact, we can actually draw our hill. So our water pitcher is in the center of our canvas. Okay, so you're going to find your center. Right? Put a little marquee for yourself there. A little underneath the center. Alright, and we're going to go from the sides. And from the side over here. And we're going to add yellow and blue and white. And what is that going to make us? You got it. We got the green. We got the green going on. Yes, yes. And I'm just making a hill right now. No, I'm doing my brush strokes a certain way, up and down. But we're going to basically cover this all up with flicky-doos. So right now I'm just getting the color in there. That's all I'm doing is just getting the color in there. Right, again. Oh. There's little man. Little man chiming in. I don't know what he's barking at, but he's chiming in. Anybody else, has it been warm for you? It's been warm for us. It has been warm for us. Seasonably warm. Alright, there we go. Woot, woot. We have our hill, and we have our sky, and now we're going to make our water pitcher. Hi, Tina B. How are you doing, sweetheart? Okay, so, water pitcher time. Notice I haven't even cleaned my brush yet. There's no need to clean the brush yet. None whatsoever. Alright, so now I'm going to grab some blue. And I'm going to grab a little bit of red. And I'm going to grab some black. And we're going to grab some of the white. It could be the dirty white. And we're going to mix that all around until we get a purpley gray color. It's too hot, right, Marcia? Definitely warm for you guys too. Yep, see, I figured that much. Alright, now, water pitcher. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, to find your center, right, find the center of your hill. You're going to draw a little line at an angle. A slight angle, not much of an angle. Alright, on either side of that, draw yourself a line. So you make yourself a square. Alright, doesn't matter what the bottom's doing because we're going to cover that with flicky-doo grass. So you worked a lot this week. Oof. Well, sit back and relax, darling. Sit back and relax. Okay, so we got ourselves a square. Okay, and then we're going to go swooping. We're going to swoop, everybody. We're going to swoop. Swoop. There it is. To put the spout part in. And we're going to go down here and we're going to swoop to put the bottom part of the spout in. Right? And you want that to land above halfway. Right? And then, hi, Carolyn. How are you doing, sweetheart? And we're going to add, of course, make sure you make enough of your color because I didn't. Now we're going to do a parentheses and a parentheses for an oval. Right. There's the oval. Something. There we go. And I'm going to try to squeeze as much paint out here. And we're going to come over here and we're going to go swoop and go towards the bottom. And there is your handle. Smooth everything out. And there you got your water picture. Okay, I'm just going to put my brush strokes this way. It doesn't really matter. It just makes me think that it's round. Fix my edges up. Nice clean edges. And there you have it. One water picture. So now I'm going to turn around and I am going to wipe off Big Boy. And I'm going to put him in the water. We're actually putting him in the water. And I'm going to grab Mini Me and we're going to do our flowers and let this all dry while we're doing our flowers. Now remember when you do your water picture to leave room for your frog. Okay, your frog is going to take up the rest of this. Alright, so make sure you're leaving room for your frog when you do your water picture. Don't make it so large that you have absolutely no space left. At least a hand's worth, if not a little bit more, okay? Now I'm going to take white paint with Mini Me. And we're going to pick where my flowers are going to go. So if my frog is here, I'm going to put a flower here. Right? We're going to make a hands of a clock. Right? Hands of a clock. This was a plus and an X too. You can do them that way too if you want to. It's really up to you. It's really up to you. Alright. Once we have the hands of a clock in on this particular flower, I'm going to round out the petals. Round town. Round town. Round town. Nice simple flowers in this painting. Not that this painting is very kid friendly. Very, very, very kid friendly, guys. Because it's just making shapes. We're just making shapes. That's what we're concentrating on with this painting. We're not worrying about shading or highlighting or anything else. We're just creating shapes for a nice, simple, cute painting. Alright, so my next flower is going to be just the very thin petals. Alright, frog is here. So I'll put my next flower, I don't know, let's put one down here. Now my original has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flowers in it. Am I going to do 6 flowers tonight? Absolutely not. I showed you the one, and I'm going to show you the other, and we'll do another one for funsies, and then you put your flowers where you want to, because this is your painting. You can see the ring light in my glasses. This is your painting. You know me. I don't want you to copy, copy, copy. Okay, so the flower I did up there, right? Center, hands of a clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and round town for the petals. Round town for the petals. That is flower number 1. There we go. The next flower is just the lines from having the shader brush. Alright, so I'm going to do my center. And then I'm going to do hands of a clock, but I'm going to press the shader brush down and pull. So I get that nice little rounded edge on the tip. All you do is press your brush down and pull. If you don't get that rounded edge, put more paint on your brush. Press it down, pull. And it will give you a rounded edge. You could also pull and then do a little press if you want to do it that way. Doesn't really matter which way you do it. And there you have your lovely flowers. So now it's time for the froggy shape. You guys ready for the froggy shape? We're going to just keep this brush and take some white paint, put our little shape in first, and then we're going to do all the coloring. Okay, so we have a bean. It's just a bean that's leaning right on top of the water can. A little beaner. A little beaner. And then we've got a U, right? Bring the cheeks in a little bit here and do a little U shape here. That's why I said this is great for the kids. This one is great. Little Logan would have a blast with this, Carolyn. A blast with this one because it's just shapes. Okay, and then we're going to do our little fingers, which is the same way we did our flat flower petals. Okay, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And underneath this chin, 1, 2, 3, 4. Aw, that's adorable. That's adorable. Well, tell him this is a baby Godzilla. Okay, and then we're going to do ovals. And round out the top. Ovals. Hi, Tamara. How are you doing, sweetheart? How you feeling? Okay, in the middle, we're going to draw our heart. So we're going to do a line at the angle we want our heart on. And we're going to go around town this way. Do the other side, around town that way. And then you have a nice symmetrical heart at an angle. Okay. Take my white paint, color that in. Now you're going to do 2 coats of white on your heart. Fill and fix, fill and fix, fill and fix. And then you can go back and color it any color you want. Mine's pink. But you can do any color you want. Alright, fill and fix. There you go, Carolyn. There you go. You're doing good, Tamara. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, now that we have all of our shapes in, all right, let's turn around and grab some blue and some yellow. Just a little even Steven of both, a little tiny bit of white. Make ourselves a nice dark green. We're going to go from flower to frog. Swoop. Okay, we're going to go flower to hill. Swoop. And we're going to go flower to hill, but with a little bend. So I'm going to go as close as I can get, and then I'll fill in the rest with Mr. Nifty. Jump the petal. There we go. That looks fun. Don't do this over and over and over again, because the more you play with that flower stem, the bigger it's going to get. Okay, so have fun bending and curving and doing all sorts of things with your flower stems. All right, they don't have to all be perfectly straight up and down. Tina, Joan, all my peeps out there that are all about the symmetrical and all about the perfectly straight and all about everything, all of those things. We don't need to have them that way. They're flower stems waving in the spring breeze. Bleeze. I almost said bleeze. Okay, I got Big Boy out. We're going to grab our white. We're going to color in the frog with the whites. So when we put the green on him, he's really going to pop. Right, holding it almost like a pencil, using that flat edge, curving it around, really hugging the sides. Okay, color him in. There you go, Tina. Alright, now we're going to do all flicky-doos. Flicky-doos on the hill, right? Flicky-doos. So I'm going to grab my blue. I'm going to grab my yellow. I'm going to grab some white. I'm going to dunk the tip in here, and we're going to flicky-do. Flicky-do, flicky-do. Okay, and I'm going to get all these different colors, because I didn't over-mix it on my tray. I just dunked my brush into it. So we're going to do this layer of flicky-doos. Stick and move, right? Stick and move. I'm placing my brush, flicking upwards. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to do another dip, dip. Hi! Hi, Robert! I'm going to do another dip, dip. More flicky-doos. Notice I'm keeping it moving, right? Working my way down. If they're all coming out the same color, you can go back in with different colors and clean it all up. Put different types of color, different spots. If you got a little excited and you wound up with a mushy zone, right? You wound up with a mushy zone because you kept going over it, wanting each blade of grass perfect. Which you don't have to do, but I'm sure some of you are going to do that. If you notice, I'm just having a flick fest going on over here. We're just having a good old time. Just having a good old time. Not worrying about much. Not with this guy. Not worrying about much at all. Alright, so we're going to put these in. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, I'm going to put Big Boy away. I'm going to grab Mini Me. This is the time where you're going to put your second coat of white on your flowers, right? So you want to put a second coat of white on all your flowers. If you need that third coat, then you put that third coat of white on all your flowers. Right? Make them so they're not see-through. Okay, so that's with 2 coats. You can see the difference. You can see the 2 coats versus the 1 coat. Alright, so you make it so they're not see-through. And then you're just going to go in and make centers any colors you want them to be. So these guys had yellow centers, so I just dabbed yellow in the middle. And that's it. That's all you got to do. The other guys had purple centers, so I just dabbed some purple in the middle. Dab, 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 dab. Just a little dabby circle. That's all. Okay. The heart right? Everything's more layers. The more layers you do, the better it's going to look, correct? Correct. More layers you do, better it's going to look. You guys know this stuff already, right? The heart is pink. So let me throw some pink in there. Just some white and red together. More white than red. Shoop. Right? Nice and easy peasy. Stay in your lines. You're not on a time schedule. I am. You can take as long as you need to do all of this. I'm on a time crunch. You guys aren't. So we got Joan, Tina B, Carolyn, Tamara, and Marsha in the house. And there's some watchers back there. There's some watchers. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We do this every other Friday. Every other Friday. Okay, back to greens. Mix the color. Mix the color, right? Now we want a solid color. So you're going to mix your color, your white, your yellow, your blue, to whatever color you want your frog to be. And you're going to mix a solid color. And you're going to make sure you make enough of it. Okay? And then you're going to color in your frog. Going nice and slow around the edges. You could use the big brush for this if you have confidence with the bigger brush. Okay, grab more paint. Go around the edges. Color this in. Okay. More layers you do, the better it's going to come out. You guys know this already. One even, solid, pretty green color. That's all you need to do. Oh, wow. That sounds awesome, Carolyn. That's so cool. I like when they get a good program in school for art, because a lot of schools are don't have that anymore. So that's really amazing to hear that he's getting good exposure, especially because he's so good at it and he's so into it. So I'm happy to hear that. Thank you for sharing that with me. Okay, so I'm going to put his little fingers in. And then you just swoop, swoop to clean up where the head is over the fingers. Huh. There we go. There's a glare for me, so I really can't see any of this right here. But as long as you guys can, that's cool. Okay, now we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch to Mr. Nifty. Mr. Nifty's in the house. We're gonna grab our black paint. You want to make sure your black paint is nice and loose and thin, like pudding, right? No goopy paint. If your paint is goopy, you're gonna have a really hard time doing this. And you just outline your heart. Not a marker. You got to keep re-dipping it and refilling it with paint. Again, nice and loose and thin. I should have did the other side first. Do this side first. So when you go to put your hand down, you can't. Oh, it'd be a little easier that way. There we go. And I put my hand in my grass too. There we go. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, Carolyn. Totally awesome. All right, and then you got little dots in your flowers. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. And we've got little marks in our water pitcher. Shoop, 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 shoop. Got to make the sound effects. It's very, very important to make the sound effects. And then once your froggy face is dry, you're going to go in with your white paint. Now mine's not completely dry, but we'll go for it. With Mini Me. And you just do a little circle here, a little circle there, and then make them into your ovals, doing both at once so they come out nice and even. That's true, Tamara. I am over there. I have lots of videos there. You and Marcia and a whole bunch of other people are over there. Or head to my YouTube. My YouTube, you can see every single video I've ever made is on YouTube. So there's like a great collection, guys. There's like 600 videos over on YouTube just waiting to be watched. Lots and lots of videos. Now I'm going to go back in with Nifty and black paint. We're going to swoop some eyebrows. We're going to dot some eyeballs. We're going to boop some nostrils. And then we're going to swoop a smile. Ooh, shoop. There it is. There you guys go. Spring frog. Just like that. And of course, you can go back doing the same exact techniques I just showed you to make this layer after layer after layer. As far as you want to invest yourself, you can just keep adding to it and making it specifically your own creation, right? I'm here to show you how. You guys are there to have fun with your art. Go rogue. He's very Grinchy looking. I can see that. I can see that. Yep. Compared to his friend, his friend's noggin was a little smaller. Right? So look, this was a few layers. This is layers. This was 3 to 4 layers. That was 2. You see the difference? See? 3 to 4, 2 whites, 2 greens. This was 1 white, 1 green. Totally see the difference, right, guys? This was 1 white, 2 white, 3 to 4 white. Same techniques, just adding another layer of color on top of it. Adding another layer of color, okay? This was 3 layers of flicky doos. Lighter ones, darker ones, okay? Getting all in there, making sure I didn't have any mush spots. This is 1 layer of flicky doos. So it's all up to you what you want to do with it. If you want to just have fun and blow this out of the water and go on with everything, then you go for it. And if you want to make it more and more and more colorful and make your colors pop, it's all about layers. Same techniques. The whole point of this rambling, guys, is it's all the same techniques I just showed you. It's just adding another layer on top of it. Got it? I just did all that talking for like 5 minutes for that one sentence. But you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for joining me. I do hope you have a lot of fun with this. Anybody watching the replay, if you have any questions, 6,000% ask me. Just DM me. If you guys want your Nifties, $5 or more, you send support. I send you the Nifties for free. Just DM me your address, PayPal, Venmo, stars. You can do the stars on the posts and stuff as well if you're not prepared during the video. My art is available on Etsy. So you guys are absolutely amazing. I just want to let you know that thank you, that there's going to be some changes coming up. My sister's coming over. We have this business plan that I'm going to try to shift some things around, do some things a little differently, and get some things kind of all nice and streamlined and coordinated. So you may see some changes. Don't worry, it's me changing it. If you have any questions or you get a bit confused, or if you're something that you're not sure of, DM me and I will make sure you're in the correct space at the correct time. Okay, guys? All right. I love you all. Y'all warm my heart. Have fun. Go create. I'll see you on the next one. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.